Hi Shati Line, welcome back to the Phoebe Way. If this is your first time, my name is Phoebe, and on this channel we talk about life in Germany, how to make it in Germany, and this time around we're talking about taxes. If you live in Germany or you are new in Germany, the German tax system will make you feel like, what is going on? Is this some kind of jungle? What do I do? Am I overpaying? Am I underpaying? Am I, committing a crime? And one of you actually asked me to talk about taxes. One of you, Shatiline, asked me, and some of my friends have also asked me as well. So here is the most hottest information needed in Germany, taxes in Germany. Let's have an overview and do a little bit of a deep dive into how taxes in Germany are done. I'm also going to give you information on how to save taxes, okay? So stick with me to the end and let's get into it. Let's start with the big one, income tax, Einkommensteuer. Einkommensteuer is the type of tax that is calculated based on how much you earn and which tax bracket you are in, or which tax class. So how much you earn is the tax bracket, your tax class, okay? So depending on how much you earn, this is what the tax brackets are like. So the least you should earn for you to start paying tax is 12,097 euros. So once you have 12,098 euros, you know that you're going to be paying taxes. But that is the one with the lowest income tax bracket. So here you are not paying much, right? You start from 14%, and then between 12,097 and 68,430, it progressively goes on to 42%. And then from 68,431 euros to 277,825, then it is 42%, and then above that is 45%. So that's 277,826 annual income. Then you're paying that much. So that is what people call the Reichensteuer. You know, the rich people that are getting this much in the year, they are paying 45%. And then it also depends on which tax class you are in. So we have tax class 1, tax class 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to let it, come in here so you know what tax class is applicable to your situation. Okay, so that's how the tax is calculated.
The Steuerklassen, which are actually Lohnsteuerklassen, tell you how much tax is deducted from source, because this only applies to people who are employed, not self-employed. So according to how much you earn and which tax class you are in, this tax class will let you know how much is deducted and which tax-free allowance you have.
Now, one that a lot of people ask about is Lohnsteuer. Lohnsteuer is wage tax. So Lohnsteuer is taken right from source, from your income. So your employer is the one who pays the Lohnsteuer and takes it right from your income, right? When they are taking your Lohnsteuer, they don't only take your Lohnsteuer. They also take other ones like Solidaritätszuschlag. So that's the solidarity surcharge. Now, the Solidaritätszuschlag was abolished for most people, for about 90% of us, those of us that have normal income. We don't pay the Solidaritätszuschlag, except people that pay a certain amount. But the Solidaritätszuschlag is 5.5% of your regular income tax that you're paying. It's not 5.5% of your income, but rather of the income tax. So if you were eligible for 20%, and they would do 5.5% of that 20%. You get that. But since a lot of us do not pay it, I just thought to mention it so you know. Now then the other things, like the other tax, not the other thing, the other tax, like the church tax. You pay between 8 and 9% of that income tax again for the church. So if you have been paying church tax, baby girl, baby boy, Shati Line, you have been funding the nice churches around us. That bad. We're doing the ding dong dong. It's part of your money. But it is not obligatory for you to join a church group. For me, my Christianity is in my heart. I love God, I pray, but I give when I want to. It's not taken from source, okay? And then we have the anderen Sozialabgaben. Those of you who are Lines and watch the other videos I made about insurance in Germany, health insurance, long-term healthcare insurance, long-term care insurance, sorry, and the Arbeitslosenversicherung. These are also taken from your income, but they are not taxes, okay? Those are Sozialabgaben, but you feel like they are like taxes, but yeah. If you are a student in Germany, you don't pay that much when it comes to these things. You don't pay these high percentages, you pay less. Now, there's a different type of tax called Mehrwertsteuer, VAT. Now, this VAT has two sides. I'll call the first part the output tax and the other side the input tax, okay? Now, a lot of us do the output tax because we are consuming, okay? So every time you buy something, you see 19% Mehrwertsteuer or 7% Mehrwertsteuer. 7% is for the essentials like food, and the 19% is for services, and there are certain things that are also VAT-free, okay? So you can look at certain receipts that you have. For example, what is tax-free? Postage stamps, for example, are tax-free. So post office runs, and we don't pay VAT on those ones. So that is for example. And if you are a business owner and you also charge the 19% or the 7%, that's where I'm saying it's input tax. A lot of people or business owners get confused about this type of tax. Now let me explain it. Some freelancers do not have to pay or do not have to do the inputs and outputs thing. So this is how it works. If I, Phoebe, I'm selling something like water and I'm charging 7% on it, and I bought bottles for 19% with 19% charge, right? That 19% that I paid, when I am taking that 7% that my customers pay to me from buying the water, I have to take that income, the VAT that I have been accumulating from my clients, I have to give it to Finance Amt. So you are also helping Finance Amt to be getting their taxes back. So every time your customers buy something, you take that 7 or 19%, you put everything together and you give it to Finance Amt. So when I also buy bottles, I buy the water that I have to treat and then sell to my clients. That is the input part. I deduct that 19% or 7%, 90% that I bought from other, what do I call them, suppliers. I deduct that from what I'm supposed to give to Finance Amt. So it's the input minus the output, or the output minus the input, and then what is left you give to Finance Amt. Some of us do it quarterly, some of us do it monthly. That's the Umsatzsteuer Voranmeldung, okay? So keep that in mind. If you are a business that is earning less than this amount, or not earning, but making sales less than this amount, you are not under obligation to collect the taxes. So when you are writing invoices, you write Umsatzsteuer nicht erhoben gemäß Paragraph 19 Umsatzsteuergesetz. Okay? Write it there, you don't collect Umsatzsteuer on it. So then you don't have to be helping Finance Amt to do anything. Wait, how Finance Amt to get their VAT, no concern you. If you need more information about taxes, contact your local Finance Amt. They are happy to give you the information. You can also check the federal tax website. And then also there's www.steuer.de. I think, yeah, www.steuer.de. They also have all this information about taxes as well. Now, there's another one for businesses, Gewerbesteuer. Gewerbesteuer is not everyone who has to pay it. Gewerbesteuer is, how do I put it? It's run by that community that you are in, okay? So they have a way of calculating it. I'm going to write the formula right here. And if your profit is more than 24,500, then you have to pay Gewerbesteuer. If you have below that, then you are tax-free. So the Gewerbesteuer is for the flourishing businesses. Other types of taxes are like Lohnsteuer. Lohnsteuer is when you have property, you have a building, estate, and you have this annual property tax that you have to pay. You can also split it into quarterly amounts that you can pay. That is also possible. And when you are buying the property the first time, there's something they call Grunderwerbsteuer, property transfer tax. So the buyer has to pay that as well. It's usually between, I think, 3.5 to 5.5%. Yeah, since you are buying, you have money, so you have to pay that. That is another thing. One ridiculous tax that I got to know when I first came to Germany was dog tax. Yeah. For your woof woof. And you know one thing, According to the breed, it can even get more expensive. Okay, so that is that. Now, let's talk about the students again. So with students, you can probably have reduced health insurance. Most of the time you have no income tax. You can earn up to a certain level tax-free, that 12,000 that we talked about, and you are always eligible to file a tax return. The moment you started paying taxes, you are eligible to file a tax return, and that's why I'm going to tell you how to save. And you can get money back. You can get between 700 to 1,500. Some people get as low as 300. It depends on why you get that little or you have to pay back. But I'm going to explain the Einkommensteuer to you. I already told you it's income, right? You can also have income not only from your wages, from the Lohnsteuer, but you can also have income from your Selbstständigkeit. You can have like self-employed. You can also have income from your Gewerbe. When you have a business, you're getting money from that. You can also have income from capital gains, Kapitalerträge. You can have that. And there's also Kapitalsteuer, right? That's 25%. That is also there. So you can have all this income. And then the government now wants to know, when we put all this income together, are you now at 50,000 or are you now at 15,000? Are you now at 40,000? Meaning that if you have a loss in any other part, you can also, take it to do your checks and balances to also reduce your taxable income, right? That is why I always say that it's better for you to write down things, because when you are doing a business and you have not registered it, you are not doing your bookings, your accounting, you just know that, oh, I made losses. But if you are doing it well, those losses can also help if you have multiple streams of income to reduce your tax burden on one side. Now, let me tell you how to save. So you can claim all your work-related expenses, right? For example, laptop, Wi-Fi, phone, desk, courses, transport, home office. Yes. Also, you can check your tax class. Whenever your life situation changes, go back and ask them, this is what situation now, can I change my tax class? Avoid check tax if you don't have to pay it, if you don't want to pay it. And for freelancers, Freiberufliche, there's a lot that can be deducted. There are also Pauschalbeträge. Look into it, ask your Steuerberater, tell your Steuerberater everything so that they can give you the right calculations, okay? So guys, Germany's tax system might look complicated,
but it is doable, Shatiline. All you have to do is have an overview of the tax-related expenses. And remember that the better you calculate and work your taxes, the less you have to pay. And you would also know that whatever you are paying is what you owe society or the state, so that all of us can work together to make Germany a better place for us. Want me to do a deep dive and show you how to actually file the taxes on Elster, or maybe TaxFix, or how to go to a Steuerberater? If you want us to actually delve into this deeper, just comment tax down below so I know that the webinar would have people who are interested, and I'll create that. So I'll show you how to do it. And yeah, I think we've covered everything, Shatilines. Thank you so much for watching. You are always welcome to share what you want us to talk about in Germany and legal topics. Whatever you don't understand, feel free to let me know, and can't wait to see you the next time. Take good care of yourself, Shatiline. Cheers.